aren't we? Oh, we live, and here we are once again, live with Mike and Jim. Just when you thought you weren't going to see us, here we are. A little late today, took a little more to set up. The people we had to get together today, we're all busy people, but we finally made it happen. We're here at Paula Aubry School of Dance. There's not much you can do with sports when it comes to young kids, but I like to keep young kids active. And my baby girl, she's 8 years old now, but when she was 2 years old, she came through here at the Paula Aubry School of Dance because I wanted her to be involved in something all year round, just to keep her active around other kids. Gives little kids a chance to meet new friends on their way up, friends they can keep for a lifetime. And it doesn't get much better than how it's done right here at Paula Aubry School of Dance. So I brought Imogen through here when she was about 2 years old, 3 years old. She took part in the spring dance. It was a fun experience. And she's been involved in something all year round. But this place they're doing something right because they've been in business for 20 years. They've been in business for 20 years and they're still going strong. At least the current owners had it for 20 years. It's been around much longer than that. We're going to get the whole story here for you today. It's an exciting story. They're going to give you a tour of the place. Let Jim get some spotlight in. I don't want to take all the camera from
Hey, that's all right. I'm going to let you talk more this week anyway because I feel great today, but I've been on the road the past couple of days. But you guys don't even care about that.
No.
I don't have much of a personal story about the Paula Aubry myself because I haven't gone through any of these dance classes. But my wife Maggie, you guys have seen my wife Maggie Kuckie. She actually came through here probably about 15 years ago. I'm probably dating her a little bit. But she actually came through here, and the owner that we're going to be interviewing today actually had the chance to help her in her dance career, which is, lackluster.
A lot of you have been through here. A lot of your kids have been through here. And now we're going to bring to you, right here on Live with Mike and Jim, the story of Paula Aubry School of Dance. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first time for the show, Miss Amy Morris.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate it. We'll get you in the center here.
Yeah, put Amy right in the center.
Got to put the star in the center.
Spotlight, center stage. Well, let's talk about how it all got started. I'm talking back to your first day of dance. How old were you? How did you know you wanted to start dancing? And did you catch on to it very fast when you first started?
No, not at all. I was 4 years old.
Okay.
I started back when Mrs. Aubry had a studio in downtown Kankakee on Schuyler Avenue, and I was not natural. At the visiting days, my dad said that he was kind of embarrassed, and definitely I didn't have a lot of coordination. And that was a long time ago.
Part of the reason why you were there to get more coordination.
Yes. My mom always wanted to dance, so she put us, my sisters, I have two sisters, my sisters and I, in dance classes when we were 3 and 4 years old.
Yeah, one good thing about dance is the coordination. That's what Imogen got mainly out of dancing here was coordination. You'll just get more balance and a lot of good things. And at a young age, too, that's always a good time to start them off. So you finally caught on after a while, and it blossomed into something you never stopped. So you went on for years nonstop.
I did. I danced my whole life. That's kind of all I did. Didn't do much in high school as far as sports and that sort of thing. I think I did cheerleading 1 year, and I decided that it was just nothing compared to dance. So I danced all through high school. I was Mrs. Aubry's one of her assistants. I definitely just loved to be at the studio. I was there many nights a week.
How long did it take you before you found out that you really loved it so much you didn't want to stop? Was that because it must have been a struggle the first couple of years, but after you just stuck to it, you just wanted to stick to it because it became a passion, or what made you want to stick to it?
I think I was not, like I said, I was not necessarily, I don't think I had a lot of natural ability, but there was something about the whole dance world that I was just loved and craved, and so I think that I just decided that I wanted to work hard, and I was kind of part of the studio when the first company was formed when I was in high school. All of my best friends were in the studio. I mean, my social life was at the studio, and then assisting. I loved assisting from the first time I ever assisted. I loved the kids. I loved being in the dance room with Mrs. Aubry and being her assistant and trying to be the best I could be. And I mocked her and I imitated her so that I could someday, be as good of a teacher as she was.
I was going to say, Mike, I'm proud of when we got this dance
Yeah,
studio. You kept up on that, huh? Emulate, model.
Yeah, and that's the kind of atmosphere that's also still taking place after all these years. This place is still going strong. Every time I come in here, this place is packed, and it's amazing. It's a sight to see, so they're doing something right. So let's talk about, first I want to talk about the original location and how you ended up here, and then talk about how you keep business booming, so like you do. So where were you located before this, and what brought you here to this location?
So Mrs. Aubry started the studio in 1972, so it's been 45 years ago. And it was in a basement it was over on Schuyler Avenue, in a basement there. And she was there, I'm not even sure how many years she was actually there, but then from there she opened a studio. It was actually over behind the Monocle's Pizza in Kankakee on the west side. It was on Fraser Avenue, and that was the dance studio that I grew up with. And so one location, that was where on the west side of Kankakee. And then from there, she ended up over on Convent. She had a Bourbonnais studio.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
And then she also had a location in King. So we had two locations then at that point. And I would say that was in about 1988. And then she rented above Adcraft Printers there on Jeffrey Street in Kankakee. So Kankakee and Bourbonnais location. From there, getting into me taking over.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Like, how did you get the opportunity to take over Paula School of Dance?
As I said, I feel like I just was, it's all I knew, it's all I wanted to do. I really didn't have ambition to, not necessarily ambition, but I don't know that I did have the drive to go off and do anything professionally dance-wise. And I really just loved to teach dance.
Yeah, what do you love about it?
I love kids. I relate to kids. I enjoy watching them. They're like sponges, and it's fun to watch them blossom. I think it's fun to watch a kid from September to May become a different kid in your classroom. Just as far as even the training, the discipline that goes into it, I can always see a huge difference from my students from a full school year. And then as far as, so I continued to teach for Mrs. Aubry, and honestly, when I was a senior in high school, she asked if I would be interested in taking over the studio.
Wow, so at a young
Someday.
age. Someday. So it was in the back of your mind for a couple of years.
So that was what I decided that I wanted to do. I always say that probably it was hard for me later in life to know that I didn't ever actually go away to school, and I didn't leave this town, and I continue to stay here. And
I know.
yeah, I struggled with that for several years.
Me too.
Yeah, and probably in the back of my head, that could be why I'm a bit of an overachiever. I think that there's that stigma that you need to go do all those things,
Yeah.
and I believe in that. It's not what I did, and I think that I've made the best out of it. But in that, just struggling with people asking, where'd you go to school? Where'd you go? That sort of thing. But in my brain, I always knew that I wanted to take over the studio. So I was 24 when I actually bought the studio.
Yeah.
And in all that time, I was still teaching for her, and she was still a part of it, but I was probably a bigger part as the years went on.
Yeah.
And it was when I think back to being 24 years old, and I took over, I had to fill, she's a strong woman.
Yeah.
Very respected, very good at what she does, and I had to fill those shoes. And I think maybe I was naive even to what I was getting into. I had just had my first child in September. I took over the studio in August. I had Mia in September, and then by December I had to do my first Nutcracker.
Wow.
So it was big. I felt like once I did that, I could probably do anything.
Well, you
Nutcrackers.
Overachieved, that's
Yes.
for sure.
She's in Nutcracker mode right now. This is the busiest time of the year for her, and she told us earlier this is the busiest day of the busiest time for her. So we caught her at the busiest time. She's in Nutcracker mode, and she's a whole different person when Nutcracker's in town. So let's talk about that coming up here. So the Nutcracker is like your baby, something you really, you put a lot of work into all your shows. but you started back. Let's talk about how that got started. How you pick your.
Well, Mrs. Aubry started the Nutcracker, and when she did it in the 80s, she only did second act. The first act was not ever part of the show, and the studio was smaller, and there's not as many students to even fill those roles. Class sizes are very small. So in years down the road, then she started doing the whole Nutcracker. So this is, as I said, this is my 20th year, but because we do the Nutcracker every 2 years, this is my 10th. This is my 10th Nutcracker as owner. Nutcracker is a lot easier than a spring recital because, in ways, Nutcracker goes very quickly. We start classes in September, and we're on the stage in December. Where spring show, we have several months to plan for that. But the difference is I own costumes for the Nutcracker, so then they're renting them from me. It's nice for the students to have that every other year. And then we're always fixing and buying new costumes and replacing and that sort of thing. But at least we're not starting from scratch like a spring recital is. We audition as early as September when the classes first start. Auditions are tough. Auditions are tough for us teachers because as these children that are come junior, senior year, they have thought about these roles their whole entire life. Yeah. And it comes down to, it's a big thing. And that's probably one of the hardest parts of my job is all that.
Yeah, I would imagine that. Especially you got 2 or 3 people, it could go either way. They're all really good. Who do you go with? And then there's so many cool roles, and it's like the puppets, and there's so many there's a lot of lead roles in this, so you have a lot of auditioning to do, and it's good that you have enough kids that can fill those roles, because this place is always packed with kids with a lot of talent. So what do you got for us?
So let's recap for the viewers. If you guys are just joining the live stream and you haven't watched, make sure you watch the replay, because so far what we've been able to do is uncover here with Amy Morris how long she's been the owner of this awesome establishment, which has changed from location to location. So if you didn't hear all the different spots where they were located, you definitely got to watch the replay. And if you're just jumping on, you want to stay to the end of this, because we're going to tour this amazing looking dance studio. You're just getting a small glimpse of how awesome this place looks. We're going to walk you through there. We're going to get some words of wisdom from Amy here. We're also going to find out a couple more things we want to know too about the Paula Aubry dance studio itself. And for me, I have a question, to satisfy our curiosity. Is, as a 24-year-old that took over this business, you said, one, you weren't a natural at dancing. I found that interesting. You kind of grew into that. Business, were you a natural when it came to running business at all?
I don't know. I don't know that I can say that. I think what I am and what works for me is I'm from a family that just we work hard. We roll up our sleeves and do what needs to be done. So I think that I would say that that's my best characteristic is that I'm going to just make it happen.
So what's the day in the life then? Because if you wake up, you make it happen. That was probably a lot different in your 20s than it is now, being established in a little bit bigger place, a little bit newer. What's the day in the life of Amy look like when you wake up? What are you eating? Your Wheaties? What time you wake up?
I have different seasons. I'm overall, people that are in my life know that I'm probably busier than the normal person.
Yeah,
and
I can understand that.
Busier than I even would like to be most of the time.
Me too.
But I will say, because when you run a business, you don't check out. I mean, it's just how it is.
No.
Never.
Yeah. So,
this season, let's talk about this season. You got the Nutcracker coming up, busy time. What time are you waking up? What's your day-to-days look like?
Do you have a planner? Do you keep it all in your head? Or do you write down your schedule?
Well, I think, like right now, I'm busy like morning to night because I teach every evening, Monday through Thursday, and then, but during the day, because you're getting ready for a show, I've been to every store in this town looking for whether it's red lipstick, pink lipstick, I have to get, my list is very long, to just have everything ready for the show, from scenery to flooring to costumes.
Everything. She pays attention to detail for sure. She's one of the best in the business when it comes to detail. You've been around 20 years. You've been around here for 20 years. You took it over 20 years ago. Some people could take over a business and it would flop, whereas other people could take it over and it'll get to where it needs to go. How have you managed to stay in business for 20 years, and what have you done that maybe other people are not doing that keeps you in business for this long?
I think that one thing that I definitely do, and anyone who is in my world knows that I'm never okay with just being stagnant. I'm always looking for the next thing that I can do better.
That's good.
So I'm never just strolling through. I feel like I'm always thinking, what could I do differently? What could I do better?
Never quite satisfied.
Bigger and better, and not so much bigger, because I don't think bigger is necessarily better, but just the quality of it. I think I'm in a position that, I mean, I have conflicts with, everyone has conflict in business. I deal with families. So I think that whenever I'm in those situations, I definitely have learned, and this has been, I can say this, that I've learned this, that I take conflict and think of how can I make sure that I learn from that, because there's something in it that I can do different the next time. Now, even if it's really black and white, like I wasn't really in the wrong, to anybody else, I definitely still so much try to be aware of how I can be a better person, and that if it were to happen again. And that's been over years. That's been many years, and I'm definitely not perfect at that. I think that I learned early on, I think being not going away to school and all of that, that whole self-conscious thing that I've had to work through is that I have maybe been an overachiever, but at the same time, I have really found people that work for me that are amazing pieces of my puzzle.
Yeah.
So I might be, my name's not on the billboard, but I might be the person in charge, but I really don't ever take credit for what happens here, because as well as the other business I own, there are pieces of the puzzle. Everyone has a piece, and I think that I try to find people. I don't know that I really seek them out, but it works out that they have they have the strengths that I don't have. So I have this person that does this, and this person, and this person. So by the time it all comes together, it is definitely, it's because of all the people that work for me.
Oh, it's better to be an overachiever than an underachiever, that's for sure. You want to start the tour real quick? This place is gorgeous.
Yeah, I think we'll pull up the cameras. We'll come back for a couple words of wisdom, take a look, talk a little bit about some events coming up here in the community.
Okay, now, so when did you move here, Amy? Why don't you here's how it looks from the outside.
Well, yeah, we didn't really
We're going to
say
start
that.
You
from
guys are
the
walking
front.
in. You're going to come down these stairs. You're going to come through this door here. You're going to walk right through this door here in the cutting house building.
So you're going to come up these stairs.
You go up these stairs here. Okay, walk up the stairs. See the kitchen. You'll see all that stuff. You come around here.
You'll see a Mike Neumann
Top
here.
of the stairs, boom. And then, so what year did you move here, Amy?
I've been here, this is my 14th year here at this location.
Well,
so this was an old warehouse. This was like the old Carriage Lane Mall.
Yeah, I loved it then.
Yeah.
I came here back then.
When I moved in, the Golden Gymnastics was currently over here behind us, but nothing else was here. It was pretty much kind of garbage from floor to ceiling here.
Yeah.
And no walls, nothing. And
No
I
walls,
always had a
nothing.
vision
And
of
now-
the bare brick walls, the old warehouse for a dance studio, and then having both of our locations under one roof that us teachers could all be together and
lead us through.
camaraderie. Yeah. Okay.
I like the brick for
Lobby.
sure. And here's the lobby.
So now there's only one
Bathrooms back
location.
there.
Where's the location at for people to know for the address?
200 North Washington Avenue. Is that what you're asking?
200 North
We're walking
Washington
back here
Avenue.
with you.
This is one of the dressing rooms.
Oh, it's the dressing room. Ooh, I've never been back here before.
So now it's 7,000 square feet. Just occupied here.
Oh, wow. So one of the dressing rooms. I mean, this place is legit. This is a real dance studio right here.
This is the smallest of our three.
This is the smallest of our 3 teaching rooms. Do you have certain age groups that go in each room, or how do you?
Mostly this is going to be a younger group
Younger
because
group,
it's
and then-
small. Yeah, as the rooms get bigger, the kids get bigger.
As the rooms get bigger, the kids get bigger. Okay. Here's another one. Okay.
That's cool. You can get through through the dance
And
studio
these
to another
walls
one?
weren't up, so you built
Sneak
a lot of this
through.
stuff out yourself, huh? Like that wall wasn't there?
Yeah, nothing was here.
Nothing was here, it was just bare. So Amy put all these, so you knew how big you wanted these rooms. You designed this place then, didn't you?
We designed it.
Holy cow, you did? Who'd you design it with?
Here's
You and
all
you.
of our costumes.
Woo!
Oh, here's
For
the
Nutcracker.
costumes.
They're all
For the
going to be picked up
Nutcracker.
tomorrow.
Costume room.
So this is storage. This is where the magic happens.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay, right back here. That's where it's at.
This is
So you
our
designed all this stuff
dressing
here?
room.
Who designed this?
Well, the original landlord and my husband.
So it looks good. I mean, the flooring, it just looks like this is like what a dancing studio is supposed to look like.
There were steel beams coming down
Yeah,
here,
steel
and they had
beams
to take them out. They had to get this piece
Wow.
to hold.
So you guys did a lot of work to put this thing together. Yeah, this is how it's supposed to look right here.
So this
Carriage Lane Ball this year. I used to come here when I was a kid and play video games down in the arcade. Yeah.
And we have a little teacher's lounge here.
Little teacher's
for our
lounge.
Assistants.
For assistants.
And that picture captures, this was the studio I grew up in.
Oh, here's the studio she grew up in.
And this was the picture that was hanging on the wall forever. So this is Mrs. Aubry here.
Oh, there's Miss Aubry right
Hey,
there.
there she is.
And this was like an adult class. So this
Huh.
picture
we
just
got
like
on there. We got some people on here we may recognize.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll tag them on the video afterwards.
yeah, that's funny.
And then
Oh,
we
that's
have
great.
the office in here. And as you can see, we're utilizing all of the space.
Got Amy's office. This is Amy's office. But
See these costumes hanging right
There's some more
now?
costumes
Yeah,
hanging up.
normally the costumes aren't hanging from the ceiling, but
Hey, that's great that you're able to do that, though.
it's a little pulley system somebody did for me.
All right. Well, let's get some.
What a better place for words of wisdom here in the
Okay,
office
so
of it all.
Nutcracker's coming up. You guys got to come see this show. Never been to Nutcracker before. If you have young kids or grandkids, bring them to the Nutcracker. It's a show you don't want to miss.
Tickets on
It-
sale.
it's always sold out.
Paula
There are tickets left, right? Still some tickets left.
AubryDance.com.
PaulaAubryDance.com. That's Aubry with no E. AUBRY. PaulaAubryDance.com. So
We should be dancing down the hallway.
Should be
You
dancing
can.
down the
There
hallway.
you go. Yeah, she always does this. No matter where she's at, the grocery store, the gym,
Right back to the chair.
whatever.
Huh? You know what? We could just probably stand and grab it from you. Yeah, this is perfect. So, I mean, as far as the words of wisdom go, we always want to ask, as far as a business owner goes, whether someone will be starting out, maybe they've been doing business for a long time. What are some of the words of wisdom that you might give them in order for them to be successful in their own business, or, just anything that you might have as far as maybe life beliefs and morals?
I guess what I feel like when you say I'm successful, it's that I think I've just done what I need to do. I'm passionate about being the best I can be at what I do, and it happens to be dance. I love kids. I love what it offers them. I love that it's lifelong for them. It's not about just the ballet class. It's lifelong lessons that we teach it here, and dance in general, discipline. But as far as a business person, I think listening to your heart, listening to, again, if you're in situations, being aware of how you can be better the next time. And I just love hard workers. I say all my people that work for me are just people that are willing to just make it, be the best they can be. And I feel like that's hard to come by these days. Like, just roll up your sleeves and get the job done.
Just roll up your sleeves and go to work. I got
Go to
that
work.
sign in my gym.
My mantles has a sign that says work hard and be nice. There you go.
Just work hard and be nice.
Work hard and be nice. Those are some good words
One
of
more.
wisdom.
You got, we can't get too much into it now, but you do have another business in town, Sequels. So for anybody up and on the rise who wants to start their own business, who hasn't pulled the trigger yet because they're still thinking about it, or maybe they have started their own business and they're just getting started, what kind of advice do you have for somebody like that who wants to expand their business?
Don't do it because you think it's going to be flexible and easy.
Yeah,
You never clock out.
you never clock out.
You got to be willing to work really hard. But at the same time, do I regret any of it? Absolutely not. I feel very blessed to have what I have.
Okay, so that's
Awesome.
good stuff. I think we can wrap this mother up. That's
Yeah.
a good show. So tune in next time for Live with Mike and Jim. Typically, I'll turn it around on me. Yeah, you got enough spotlight. Live with Mike and Jim next Thursday. We got somebody lined up for you every week around the same time. Today we caught you a little off guard. Be sure to check in. Thanks for watching.
Oh boy.
Okay.